Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Racers Driving League for Season 17, round and round of the Championship. Welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. I'm your host, Zach RC, here to take you through another evening of what I have no doubt be absolutely fantastic racing on offer here from the 16 drivers in tonight's field. Of course, a few of them back from last week, a few of them for starting out, and including we have a debutant today, and that would be in the Red Bull. Rooster 7451 makes his first start in the series tonight. Hopefully he does, as well as of course some of our debutants we have recently. Well, a whole host of new drivers in recent weeks, and it's been a pleasure to see them integrating into the league. Of course, we've had some returning favourites as well. That in Che, for example, of course, we started reserving a few weeks ago. He's in the Williams this week, so looking to see what he can do behind the wheel. Rooster, to my mind, is a reserve. He's reserving for the driver who is set to take over the Red Bull, Dan 90X. I'm sure I'll be able to confirm the name there as to what we're going for in that respect. Obsessed Gamer retiring from this session. If I check my notes quickly regarding things in terms of last week, crucial news coming out to the stewards camp from the race in Monaco. So the two things being Obsessed with a qualifying ban, so it explains why he is out. And James also has a qualifying ban as well for retiring in an unsafe manner on track during qualifying. I believe that was during Q2, if I remember correctly. So he'll be retiring from qualifying. And crucially, Imri is not in the race this week. He's received more than 12 penalty points on his license, which means that he is set for a ban for this Grand Prix, but he'll be back for the next one in Spain. So there will be one Mercedes down today. Pope taking over the reins after a second place finish last time at Monaco. Jumps up to fourth place in the Drivers' Championship, which is 8 points back from Grumio. Landlord still in second, 21 points now off James, who remains the championship leader, but have it all to do in terms of working so back through the field. But Canada has always been chaos in recent seasons. Of course, this is the circuit that James made his debut at. No, I'm incorrect. No, he made his debut at Spain. But it was at this round, I believe, the season, around sort of 8 or 9, that he made his RDL debut. So again, now to a full season having James with us. Here's Landlord here on his quality lap. We'll see what he's got to offer us. Towards the second sector split now, going down into the hairpin. 41.2 is second sector, with a lock up there from the second place man in the Drivers' Championship. James retiring second of the two of them. Of course, as there's 16 drivers, we think about the fact that everyone should be going through to Q2 here. Given that Obsessed retired first, I imagine he'll be the one to go out. As Grumio, Landlord's teammate, goes fastest, 1 minute 9.160, and I reckon this could be, for the first time since Bahrain, which was 8 weeks ago at this point, this could be all Haas tonight, unless the drivers such as perhaps Cott, James, can become effective field, Pope, Che, JB, and PJ might have to stop him potentially. I have to see just who's got the speed around here tonight. But it should be a very interesting race. Pope goes third place, 1 minute 9.5 on the board. Cott starting his first flying lap for Sauber. Of course, hasn't had the most spectacular of season so far. 18 points in the first 8 rounds. So not great given the caliber we know that Cott is capable of. But it was around this point in the championship in season 16 where he really started to pick up the pace and became a challenger. Of course, we saw it really kick up towards the latter half of the season, where of course he won the many races to kick off his streak of race victories to open up his RDL career. So still a force to reckon with on the track, and we'll see just what he's got lined up tonight. There's a lock up there going into the chicane. He keeps it nice and still under control. In terms of his second sector split, we're looking at a 41.4. So he's not too far off Landlord, but a big lock up there. Che goes second fastest. He splits the Williams. Sorry, he splits the Haas cars in this Williams, the 1 minute 9.365. No Ethan on the grid tonight. PJ is alongside him. Lucky Landlord retiring in the session there, 1 minute 9.4. So he's got the one lap in that he needs. Because crucially, these guys all know they actually have to fight to get themselves into Q2. PJ in the other Williams. Reports out of the Williams camp that he is injured this week, so potentially we could see an early retirement, but of course we wish for speedy recovery, and of course respect his efforts to go into to attempt a race regardless. Only fine details we have at this stage. Of course, we'll update you with them should any more come through to us. But for now, PJ injured, and as I say, we wish him a speedy recovery. And again, props to him for coming on and still giving it a go in qualifying. Of course, we'll see just what he's got to offer. So 3 cars retire, 2 of them through quali bands, and 1 of them has already set time, decided to be safe. Of course, Haas are the team to beat in the Constructors' Championship. Now, given the poor weekend for RB last time out, just the one RB on the grid tonight. Flying Duck not with us for this evening. So it's Imrie, Flying Duck. I have to figure out who else we're missing. We're missing Dan in the Red Bull, and we're also missing Ethan. No, because we are missing Ethan, but the second car is in there, so I'm trying to figure out who's. We are missing. I'm not sure. It escapes me in the minute, but I'll figure that out as the night goes on. I'm sure I'll realise later. When I do, I'll report that up to you guys. Pope going out on a second attempt here. On that same set of tyres. I imagine he wouldn't want to use any more than he has to there, given that he hasn't really got to fight for a place in Q2. Slide there, Probus makes his way through, but of course nothing on offer this lap. Is Websy. Websy P6 in the championship will tie with P6 with Curtis as it stands right now. Curtis being the other driver we're missing, so it's the Alpine that we're not with us tonight. There we go. I knew I'd figure it out. But Websy, 48 points to his name in the championship, given that around 6 rounds ago he didn't have any points, and he's pushed Sauber up the table massively there. It's up to P5 in the Constructors right now. Only McLaren and Mercedes, RB and Haas have scoreboard. I imagine that Haas will take big advantage in the Constructors tonight if they can pull off another big result. It was Grumio who nabbed the win last time out in Monaco. Pope finished second, and Landor came home in third. So Landor brings the championship get down to 21 points. So just within the race victory now. Another a no score from James. I was about to say another no score, but he did score points last week. Another no score would then mean that Landor, if he can win the race, will take over the championship lead. Grumio can't take it from at the minute. He's 51 points back off the top spot. Pope is 59 back, and JB in 5th place is 80 back. But I imagine we could be seeing more of the McLaren driver looking over his shoulder, given the, of course, the first season, the opening few races, the performance of JB's been excellent. He's been fantastic on this game so far. 5th place in the championship. I think it's probably the highest I've seen him in quite a while, which is always fantastic to see drivers who have been around for a decent amount of time doing well at the start of a new game, a la Websy during last year. But of course, I imagine he'll be looking over his shoulder a bit at the cars that are right behind him. Websy there, 2 points back. Curtis, 2 points back, can't score. Imrie, 1 point back, again from him, can't score. Flying Duck. Okay, so he's safe for the minute, but if he can nab some more points tonight, then that'd be a big help for him. Flying Duck joining, so for Duck is like the session. We now have both RBs in the session with us, which is fantastic to see. And I just looked at my chat, and Obsessed did tell me that Flying Duck isn't here yet. So Obsessed, thank you very much. Thank you very much for doing that. Thank you having the stream on while you drive. Very helpful indeed. So we'll see now what RB can do to tackle the threat of Haas in terms of pace. Bruce off the last corner, looking for his first lap time of the session. We put up to P7. Solid lap from the Red Bull. He's done a brilliant job to start things off. That's a lap that if he can keep that form up, that'll put him amongst the big boys for Q2. So far, only 10 cars have set valid lap times. We're still waiting on 5 of them to actually set times. Pope retiring, the top 4 all calling it a day. Daniel Aaron now this time on 11.758. Flying Duck just joined us. Connie Gobbler on a lap down too. Of course, Connie taking driver of the day last time out in Monaco after a fantastic performance that saw him reach the flag. But believe one of just 10 drivers to do so. Daniel Aron, of course, nabbed the last point at the end of last week's race. After only joining about an hour, he joined between the first and second starts, if my memory is correct. And he managed to, within about an hour or so, claim a point scoring finish, which is always solid to see. A very sort of standoffish performance, or sort of stand-in performance rather, for Daniel Aron, who was in the Aston Martin, which meant that Che had to be moved over to the Williams, which is why he's back in the Williams this week, subbing in for Ethan. 7 minutes to go. Cotley 10th right now. He's just 3 tenths up over his teammate Red J. Those two are looking for a good race tonight. Oh damn, big lock up there. Rooster retiring. Safe in the next part of the session. Everyone's safe more or less, so it wouldn't surprise me if we don't see everyone out on track. Daniel Aron now calling it as well. Flying Duck. We'll see what sort of pace he's got around this circuit. Of course, there's one we haven't seen him out yet. He's running ball with Flying Duck here. So down towards turn 1. It's quite a short run to the first corner. Left into an immediate right for turn 2. Good exit. Yellow flag in front of one of the McLarens. I'm not sure who that might be. Could be LaJB or Lucky. Into the chicane, of course. Big part of the circuit. Crucially is to a historic fight between Hamilton and Vettel in 2019. Of course, led to Vettel changing the pit markers at the end of the race to put the first number 1 in front of his Ferrari. DRS straight now. Laps invalidated, but if he carries on, we'll keep on commentating here. And down towards another chicane, that tight right-hander into a slightly more flowing left. And now in towards the hairpin. Big crash here last season during this race. Hopefully we'll be able to avoid that tonight. And here comes what will be one of the biggest passing opportunities on the circuit. DRS in full deploy, going down into towards the Wall of Champions. But who's gonna have the guts to try and go for moves going into this last corner where the Champions Wall is waiting on the exit? Oh, a slide there from Flying Ducks. He runs towards the line. Lap he set obviously a few seconds off. 1 minute 14.2. Lap isn't valid. So now we'll see what sort of pace Flying Duck has. Lucky Lambert also on the racetrack. Coming in though, P6 in a minute for the McLaren, so definitely a solid start to qualifying. Red J going out on the racetrack, seeing if we can try and perhaps beat his teammates time. That could be a crucial fight when we get into Q2. Or of course 5 drivers will be going out. We're seeing, I think now at Flying Duck here, we'll definitely be seeing both James and Obsessed going out, as long as Flying Duck and PJ set lap times. And that'll guarantee those two get the ban for where they should be. Pope, I see you in the chat there, mate. Relax yourself. I mean, if you want to talk, Pope, come in the comments box and you can talk just briefly while we wait for the end of Q1 to come through. I mean, I've got a vacancy up here. The clouds really starting to set over at this point. I haven't heard anything about a threat of rain during qualifying, but you never know. If we could get Pope in here, potentially we could find out. Pope is here. Pope, hello, welcome to the stream.
Hello, welcome back. Me, yay. How are we doing?
I'm doing excellent, thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Are we seeing... Is there a chance of rain in tonight's qualifying? Can you let us know that, please?
So, yes. I think at the end of Q1, there was like 15 minutes to go till rain, so probably see a lot of drivers rushing out at the start of Q2. I think it will probably be raining. I think very similar to Miami, I believe it was.
Yes.
So I think we'll see something very, very similar to that at this track. And then we have rain expected last 15 minutes of the race, I would say. So it's quite interesting, I think, especially around this circuit with rain, because you don't really have to change your setup too much. But obviously, I think these drivers kind of wanted the end of the session to come as quickly to make sure we can get a dry lap into that Q2 session.
And then just quickly, scale of 1 to 10, your car. What are you thinking? Oh, Pope is deafened. He's deafened. Okay, the Xbox is going to happen again. You good?
Oh, hello.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, it's Discord things.
Before I let you go, Pope, scale of 1 to 10, how's your car for tonight?
How's my what? Sorry.
How's your car?
How's my car? It's all right. Yeah, it's not too bad. Obviously, sandbagging right now. I could have easily gone about 4 seconds faster, but you know, I have to keep them in tow. But no, I just want to get a podium or podium points at the end of the day. I mean, we've had a win, we've had second. Pretty much means third's gonna happen today if it's running by that order. But no, we're hopefully gonna try and challenge for that win.
Alright, sounds good. Well, thanks for coming in here and letting us know the impending weather. And hopefully it's a good run for you tonight. I might see you back in about an hour and a half or so.
Hope so, and you can just see the rain hitting the track now.
Indeed you can. Right, that's a lead me to it then while I sort out the weather situation here.
Enjoy, guys.
That was Pope. Very nicely letting us know the weather that is now starting to hit the circuit. So we could see potentially a bit of a rush at the start of Q2 if he is indeed correct. PJ onto the grass here. He's calling it. Retiring from the session. I think that'll more or less be it then for everybody. James and Obsessed Gamer will be the first, but the other ones out in Q1. I think should everyone retire here, then we could be in play. Just call the end to the session because that's obviously not going to set another time. But Grimo tops Q1, virtually unchallenged with Che in second and Landlord in third. Pope fourth, Cot in fifth, getting that pace back from this Alba. Lucky Lambert sixth, Ericsson seventh, Rooster eighth on debut, which is impressive so far. Flying Duck 9th, and Webbsy rounds it in the top 10. It's Cockney Goblin, Red J, Daniel Aaron, PJ Khaled, and JB who will be the last one through. And Gaming James and Obsessed Gamer will be out. Serving their quality bands, and that'll be that. Flying Duck the last to retire. And we're set to go into Q2. So there's your results. Will that rain come into play during Q2? I have to wait and find out. For now though, Grimmy on top. Can he lead the next 2 sessions and put the car on pole for Canada? I have to wait and see. There it is, the rain starting to take hold a little bit more here as we go into Q2. Could we see a repeat of Miami, as Pope said? Well, of course, we see dries in Q1, inters in Q2, and wets in Q3. Here comes Red J out of pit lane. He's got 2 cars in front of him already. The first one out the circuit is Cot. A slide there. He's taking a risk on the soft tyres. He's got to see what the softs can do. And there could be a rush. Potentially get somebody to go down the circuit. Deer on the table, and that'd be a surefire sign that perhaps the choice gone on soft tyres could be a bit of a bold one. But if they can get a lap in, then we'll have to wait and see. And there's the braking from Cot. You really saw him sort of struggle, almost lock up. Keeping on the lap, and behind him, his teammate Webbsy on intermediate tyres, one of the first ones on to winters. There's a lot of drivers, a high contingent of the field going for soft tyres this run. Red J's onto mediums, perhaps hoping for a bit more grip at a deficit of pace. Let's just see what sort of lap Cock can run up here. Oh! Slides the wall of champions in the exit. Lucky to not get any more damage from that, but he's away. So first lap in Q2, we'll see what the Sauber's got up his sleeve. Who is the first car through on into the end? It'll be Grumio right behind. Oh, the right goes Cock! And there's going to be a big loss of traction. Look at that. Look at the struggle from the Saubers get going again. Gets it moving. No damage done to that car, but I think he knows the risk is probably a bit too far-fetched. Joey's on the circuit, also on soft tyres. Red J stays out there. Look at the slide from that car. It looks like Grumio made the right choice to go with the tyres. He's also validated his time though. Landlord third start is on his first flying lap set, purple sector 1 there. We'll see what he's got to offer. You can hear the skid as he brakes for the corner. Oh, and that is caught around again. Look at that. Lets his teammate go narrowly there. And Red J also struggling as well. PJ fastest, then Lando goes fastest, on 18.4. Ericsson retiring. Ericsson on a return tonight as a reserve. One of our honorary members driving. But it looks to be one of the 5 guys being out the session. Here comes Grumio at the last corner. Can he match his teammate? 4 drivers at set times. Grumio goes fastest by just under a 10th. And the rain is starting to get heavier now. Look at the turn. And the spray a lot heavier too. Could we see those wet tyres come into play a bit earlier than expected? We'll have to wait to see how much heavier it gets. Flying duck into P5 there, went at 19.6 on the board. And Red J, look at the wets. PJ out. Two retirees down and 3 more to come. There's 3 more drivers to go out of the session. Let's see how Rooster handles the wet conditions. Going back to our last season's race where the rain arrived at the circuit with about 10 laps to go, and we're very quickly looking at a set of intermediate or wet tyres. Grovey and Imrie came through and swiped the top 2 places while the then Williams drivers, Lalo and Grumio, collapsed in the late stages. And what looked to be a win for one of those guys quickly fell apart as Grovey took her first career win that day. Imrie was still waiting for his first victory at the time. He came in second. But last season's race is very intense, and we'll see just what these guys have to offer to try and match that. Flying Duck in the pit lane here, making his exit. Rooster P7 for the minute. Che in P8. PJ retired but is in P9, went 21.8. 122.4 for Dan. Can't yet set a lap time here on the intermediates. We'll see what he's got lined up. Eight minutes to go. There's still plenty of time for things to change. We'll see what sort of pace cut has to do a second split. Of course, the times will be a bit further down now given the conditions. 48.0 is our second sector split for Cott. Of course, this would be a DRS zone, but now no longer in play. Rooster retiring in the pit lane. Assuming he might be safe. Flying Duck into 7th. Caught into the last corner, trying to avoid a slide. One of the Williams cars across the circuit. That might be Che. Cott's P8 of the line. Che spun out. He's recovered it though, nice and easy, and continues on his way. He's in P6 right now. PJ Khaled on the verge of going out and qualifying. He's got a lap in, as has Rooster, so those guys could theoretically still make it. JB could knock PJ out now if he can set a good enough time. He can set a time faster than 1 minute 21.8. That will be PJ out and JB at least into the top 10 positions for now to go on into the showpiece shootout for pole position. Not sure if I saw end plate damage on JB's McLaren there. We'll have to keep an eye as he goes past. I did, yes. He's in P10 though, 1 minute 21.3. Knocks PJ out, so he's straight out the session. Daniel Aaron on his way through, looking to avoid a slide in the hairpin. Keeps it under control. Red J on the racetrack now, looking to get the measure of his teammate. Of course, that Ferrari battle has been quite tense so far in terms of qualifying and races. So far, it's been Courtney Goblin mostly having the edge of Red J. But Red J's been doing fantastically, of course, relatively in recent weeks, but of course wasn't with us in Monaco to my memory. But did say he back in Canada, so here he is now here. Towards the line, we'll see what he can do in his first time lap now. You sort of see him struggle for grip a little bit, just down to the wet conditions. There he is, sliding up. Recovers it, keeps it nice and controlled. Oh, slowing down there. Laps invalidated, so he's waiting for the RB of Flying Duck to go through. Duck in P7 for now. Of course, another driver improving could see JB get knocked out too. See Red J, as I said, is sliding around, looking for that grip. Could we see the wet tyres get used? Big slide from Duck. Che invalidated. Duck is still on the time, but he's down the first sector, so I imagine he'll be down the second sector too. 2.8 seconds down. Daniel Aaron, we'll see if he can push JB out of the top 10 and put himself into provisional Q3 for now. It's under 5 minutes to go. Dan doesn't improve, 1.4 seconds down. Red J invalidating. Cott's in the pits, Flying Duck coming into the pits, Che in the pits. So Dan no doubt on a cool down lap here. And Red J looking for another effort here. We'll see what we can do this time around. He can avoid invalidating this time. We'll see if he can string a lap together. That could put him into Q3 for the first time. Oh, a slide there, but keeps it measured. Good control. Into the first sector, 24.2. JB just looking on. Only Dan and Reggie on the racetrack. It looks like one of the Haas cars coming out. That'll be Grumio, the reigning series champion and current leader in qualifying. Red J 50.5 in his second sector. Has he got the speed? it's going to be quite tight. And we'll see what the Ferrari's got lined up for this last part of the lap. And I want to avoid an early meeting with the Wall of Champions in that final chicane. Sliding through, good exit. Now can he finish the lap off down towards the line? We're looking like a 123 here, 123.2, which put him P13 for now. Connie Goblin. You see him look at the wet tyres there, perhaps going for a late punt and trying to sort of test the waters, if you will. Pope on his way out too. Both Haas cars on the circuit. Lalonde, Grimio looking at Inters, Pope looking at Inters. Red J spinning out, or rather slowing up to allow chase through. There comes Grimio, I imagine will be his last part of the run. Pope also out there. Oh, a slide from the Mercedes man. He keeps it again under control. These guys are fantastic in terms of actually recontrolling the car after losing it. JB on that lap here, just looking to solidify his place in the top 10 shootout. Red J invalidating there. You can have at best or one more shot here to get himself into the top 10. And Courtney Gum going for a late run. Decided not to take a risk and go with the the wets, goes to the intermediates instead. Oh, a slide there. Can Ferrari do anything to get themselves into the last part of qualifying? Dan's on an outlap. Looking to find themselves some room and then be able to go from there. Both cars letting Landlord go. Grimio 8 tenths down this previous effort in the last corner. Lucky Lambert looking at wet tyres for the last part of the session. He knows he's more or less safe, so can take that risk. His teammate though, not so lucky at the minute. Red J out validates again. I end up putting him out of qualifying. Unless he really gets his skates off. .40 seconds. It's going to be tough to see if he can make it in time. Let's go for one last attempt. Can't the Goblin his teammate will make it, so he's going to give it a try to knock JB out. JB's been sat on that perch for the last 5-6 minutes or so. He's up by 2 tenths now. So he could make a job a lot harder for the cars trying to chase him. Three, almost 4 tenths up in the second sector. We'll see. He needs to finish that job off. Che retiring. Then Jay pushing the line here. He's got 10 seconds. Can he make it? Oh, he's going to make it. Overtake on. Last chance saloon now. And Daniel Aaron looks to have crashed. Crashed or just retired the car. I'm not quite sure. He'll be out in qualifying. PJ is out. Ericsson also out. It's down to the Ferrari. See if they can do anything later on. Grimio into the pits. Pope not improving. Landlord not improving. Reg 1.3 down the first sector. Connie Goblin 23.2, 50.4. Second sector. Has he got the speed? Pope retiring. Reg is 2 tenths up. He needs to more than that, but it's still an improvement. Can Connie Goblin do anything? Into the final corner. I think he'll be going out here. And yes, he is. He might beat his teammate. Oh, Red J cut across the circuit there. That'll be the end of his lap. So that will more or less confirm it. JB stays in. PJ, Daniel Aaron, Red J, Courtney Goblin and Ericsson all out. Grimio tops the session. Pope in second and Landlord in third place. Red J retiring there. There's Landlord in third place. He's looking for a big push to have himself pole position to try and push himself forward in the race for the Drivers' Championship. But it's Grimio who tops them. Pope in second, Landlord third, Websy fourth, Lucky Lambert fifth, Chase sixth, Flying Duck seventh, Cotton eighth, Debutant Rooster will get through to Q3 in ninth, and JB will nab the last spot by less than 10th of a second. We're back in a moment for Q3. And the rain looks to soften a little bit here. We've got 12 minutes to decide who will take pole position in Q3. Who's got what it takes to land the pole. Of course, it's been a fantastic session, particularly for 3 teams. Those teams being Haas, McLaren, and Sauber, all 3 teams have both their cars into the shootout. RB with just 1 car, that's Duck. Mercedes just 1 car, that's Pope. Williams with 1 car, that is Che, and Red Bull with Rooster in the top 10 as well. So we'll see if he's got the chops to try and run with the leaders and see if he can put himself in with a good grid slot. Cars out in the track quickly here, looking to get a fast lap down before the rain starts to fall harder. This is one of those sessions where there's no real second chances here. You've got to nail it this time. Otherwise, you could be looking at a slightly lower starting spot than you might like. First car off here will be Pope. Clean air in front of him. The Sauber of Cott is in the right behind him. Websy just leaving the pit lane now. So fight for pole position begins. Here comes Pope to start the first lap of the session. Run and forward as he comes through the first couple of corners. Low speed corner in the wet, but a lot of slide in the exit there. Ton of wheel spin, you really heard it as he come off the corner. In which case, the rain's starting to fall a bit harder here. 21.7 in the first sector. Good start. This will be a DRS zone in the race, should we still see the dry weather re-emerge. To my mind, will it be a bit of dry weather during the race with perhaps a hint of rain at the end? It's almost deja vu to last season. .46.0 is second sector. Cott set at 46.4. Pope validates there. And that'll mean this first lap is out the window. 1 minute 16, 1 minute 17.054. And in the end, Cott was faster. And Che goes faster than him by 3/10. And Grumio goes further 2 faster. And Landlord breaks the trend, which moves himself back into 3rd place. Flying Duck being invalidated there. Pope invalidates again. Websy through 46.3 is second sector. What a mighty racket there on the wheel spin as he comes through towards the DRS straight. DRS is still disabled for the minute. Braking for the last chicane and good exit. Can he put himself into the 116s perhaps? He's going to. Up to P4, so just in front of his teammate. Good starting session from the Salvers. P4 and P5. Stuck into P6. Lucky P7 for now. Russo is out lap here. The rain doesn't look to be as heavy as it was in the last session, so it looks like there's no spray yet, but there's still not very much of a dry line. Of course, there's 3 drivers waiting on set lap times. Poke back on the racetrack. So look to avenge that first run if you can. Yellow flags for the back. That is Grumio and I believe Rooster who have slowed somewhere. Shea goes fastest, the first car on the 115s. 115.5, almost a second clear of Grumio. The track looks to be getting drier here. And Cott, I think, senses that. You see the soft tyres being prepared to put on that car. We could get some dry runs late in this session. The rain has stopped. Just as JB emerges on intermediates and Pope emerges on intermediates. There's still 5.5 minutes left, so there's time for both of them to come back in and put on a fresh set of dries and go again. Websy and Cott both looking at dry tyres. Rooster looking at dry tyres. I should imagine we'll see the Haas cars and then the Williams of Che in. Che backing off. Grumio coming through here. Second improvement himself. And I'll put him back in front of Che if he can finish this job. Try and ball with him. Into the last part. Oh, Grumio into the pit lane there, so Corn enters his lap. Won't go for it. And everyone now in the pit lane except for the McLaren Lucky Lambert is on soft tyres now. Lucky the first one to emerge on the softs. We need a good lap here. Che on top of the minute. I imagine we're looking for those soft tyres, so at least one more run I think, and everyone here, given the track is now nice and dry. One car on the track right now. Lucky going now for the first soft tyre lap of anyone in this session. Here he comes. We'll see just what sort of laps I compare it to here. Of course, his previous best was a 117. See a bit of a slide there off of the second corner. Down towards the chicane, looking for a clean run. Another slide, losing the back end several times over here as he reaches that first split. 3/10 up, it's under 4/10 up on his previous effort. Land that in the rest check now. We'll see what he's going to like. Here comes Pope as well. Second sector split for Lucky. 45-1, which is a second and a half improvement. Wouldn't be enough just yet to put him up on pole, but could put him on the front row as things stand. Into the last corner. Lap stay is valid. DRS redeploy on the exit towards the line. Lucky goes fastest, 1:14.7. But how will that lap hold up compared to the rest of the field? There goes Che making his exit. I'm gonna have to let Che go. Stays in front of him for now. So to try to find a good place to move over and let him through for his lap. Che, I imagine, looks to try against clouds of temperature. 1 minute 40 to go, so it's time for another lap for everyone. JB out the pit lane here. Actually, yep, he'll get around in time. Websy emerging from the pits as the last car from out. Grimio joining him too. Everyone now on the racetrack. So this is it then, the last showdown to establish who will take pole. 1 minute to go. We've got 1 minute to get to the line. Chase a clean air in front of him. To my mind, it could be a favourite to take poles in this race. Here we go, the last laps. Rooster retiring. He's calling an end to his session. What has happened to him? I'm not entirely sure what's gone on with the Red Bull there, but we're looking like a 10th place start for the reserve, for the debutant. Lucky's been validated already, so of course he doesn't need to send a lap, he set his lap. Che, 2 seconds up here. Look at that 1:13.5 slide there through the second, through the chicane. Pope goes fast, 1 minute 10.1. Pope is through, across the line. Grimio starts to be his final lap. Here comes the flag. And there it is. Che 4 seconds up right now. Put him on a 1 minute 11.5. Need some more in this last sector. A big run through the last chicane and looking for the line now. Where will Che put himself? Can he beat Pope's time? He can. 1 minute 9.6. Next car through the line is Flying Duck. 1 minute 11.6 from Duck. He will start. He's got third for now. But will he lose places? Landlord in towards the last corner now. Landlord invalidates. The 3-time champion may start quite low down the order here. Cott towards the line. Can he set pole? He can set pole. 1 minute 9.537. Here come both McLarens. Lucky into the pits. JB continues on. Can JB have a higher place? Puts himself just in front of Duck. Grimio towards the line. Grimio fastest. First car is 1 minute 8. Websy into 4th. And short of pole improvement, which he won't to this stage. That is the end of the matter. Grimio with his last lap puts the car on pole. 1 minute 8.926 the winning time. And here's a combination you've heard quite a few times so far over the last few seasons. Grimio will lead Cott to turn 1. Pope retires in the session. P5 for him. It'll be Grimio, Cott, and Che, then Websy, your first 2 rows. Pope in 5th. JB qualifies in a fantastic 6th. And behind them, Flying Duck in P7, Lucky Lambert P8, Landlord 9th, and Rooster gets down in the end, who's starting P10. Fantastic qualifying for him. Are we in for more drama over the course tonight? We'll find out in a few minutes' time when the Grand Prix itself gets underway. Well, here we go. Time now for the race to get underway. We're moments away from the start of the formation lap. And the sun has parted the clouds and the rain has stopped, and waiting for what should be a fantastic dry race here in Canada. Let's have a look at the circuit. There it is in all its glory. Graphic as usual designed by our own JB. Grovey won this race last season. She's not on the grid with us, but 35 laps will be contested here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada. One of the few tracks on the calendar, for me, I almost forget it's a street circuit quite a fair few times because it almost feels purpose built to some extent. One of the sort of tracks that I'll sit there and think it doesn't really feel like a street circuit as much as other tracks, say Melbourne or Singapore, and definitely not a track such as Monaco or Vegas. That sort of respect, but hopefully it always gives us fantastic racing all the same. So it should be in for a fair bit of drama. Feel free to make your predictions down in the chat below. With Grimio on pole, he'll lead Cox to the first corner. It's a short run to turn one, so you need a good getaway off the line. Grimio not fantastic on his race starts at the best of times, but can always pull off when necessary. And the pressure's on. He's got a gap to close in the standings today, but he's got a big opportunity that for that with Landlord slightly down the grid and James quite a way down the grid. Back in P16 for today's race after the qualifying ban. Drivers now readying up, setups in place, and we are set to go. Getting set for what should be a brilliant Grand Prix as it always is. So here we go, time for the starting grid for today's Canadian Grand Prix. So start from the back, all by himself in row 9 is Obsessed Gamer, who served a qualifying ban after last week in Monaco. James also serving a ban. The championship leader starts from P16 today. Daniel Aaron struggling to get away from the grid. He's away now, both Aston Martins at the back. But James from P16 in the field, looking to work his way forward to try and catch Landlord, who's dealt him a service by start by invalidating his last lap in Q3. Ericsson, on to remember making his first race of the season tonight, starts from P15, reserved in the Alpine. Just the one Alpine in the race. Neither Curtis or Alvar with us tonight. Courtney Goblin and Red Jay together on row 7, both on hard tyres. Daniel Aaron starts P12, looking for some more points after the point score in Monaco last time out. PJ starts from 11th, the one car on the soft tyres in today's race, but I have been told that he is apparently injured going into this race, so we could see an early retirement for him potentially. But as I said earlier, props to him for coming along and racing and giving us a go. Rooster starts from P10, David Trump reserving in the Red Bull for tonight. No Red Bulls on the grid this evening in terms of full-time drivers. Landlord starts 9th and validated his last lap in Q3. Starts on the hards and he has to get to work to close the gap in front to gain points on James in the standings. Gap down to 21 points. Lucky starts from P8. Helped Frisnell pole briefly in Q3. He's the first car to set lap on soft tyres. Flying Duck lines up P7. He leads the RBs today, looking to try and nab some points for the Constructors' Championship bid in an attempt to catch Haas. JB starts from P6. Fantastic qualifying from him as he looks to defend 5th in the championship. Poe starts in 5th. Second place last time out at Monaco. Webbsy in 4th. Looking for a strong race for Sauber. That is, of course, second to his teammate Cott. Che lines up 3rd after a fantastic race. A fantastic string of races the last few rounds. Cott lines up 2nd. He's been fantastic in qualifying this season, but couldn't quite snatch pole this time. And Grimio starts first on the hards, and you see him aiming to cover off Cott almost immediately there at turn 1. Could he play it to his advantage? Obsessed Gamer and James take the last 2 slots on the grid. Here come the lights then for 35 laps here in Canada for round 9 of the championship. Lights out, foot to the floor. We are underway. Great start from Grimio there. He'll take the lead over Cott. Che up into 2nd place down the inside to go into turn 1 with Grimio in complete control. Locks up into the first corner. Everyone keeping it nice and control. Oh, car out. Car almost around. That is Red Jay. He's picked up wing damage early on. And as has Gaming James, an end plate loss for that machine already. Several cars scrolling in the back. Oh, off was Grimio. What the hell happened there? Safety car deployed. And just like that, the pole sitter eliminates after just a few corners. For the 2nd season in a row, Grimio, the reigning series champion, will not see the flag. in Montreal. He won't see lap 2 this year. Safety car deployed for the first time on lap 1 all season. Chain inherits the lead. Cotton second again. Pope in third. Websy fourth. Good start from Pope to get a few places. JB up to 5th now. Flying Duck 6th. Landlord 7th. Lucky Lambert 8th. Daniel Aaron 9th. And Rooster still in the top 10. James up to P12 though. He's lost an end plate, so has to deal with that damage early on. What happened to Grumio? We didn't catch it, unfortunately. But looks like we just sort of caught him skinning off. Well, that is a big, big revelation to start this Grand Prix off, and one that no one saw coming there. And this league continues to surprise. James and Reggie both in the pits here. PJ called it there, retiring from the session. Called it early on. Reggie has the soft tyres and a wing change. Mediums for James and also a wing change. Those guys are away in just a moment. There goes Reggie. There goes James. There's your possible race strategies, which could have been thrown into the air now, given the very early safety car we're dealing with. Well, wow. No one saw that coming. And it's such a fantastic start too. Grumio covered off Cott spectacularly going into turn 1, to the point where Cheika got the inside and slide through to take 2nd place. We've got confirmation it was a simple spin, but according to Grumio, the weirdest spin he's ever seen. Didn't push that hard, and I went on the curb, and that did him. So that is definitely a surprise. And we now have 34 laps without Grumio on the field. So any chance of a trademark Grumio dominated race out the window very quickly. Chain down the lead, and we have a real scrap in our hands with the cars in front. Those Saubers have been waiting for the opportunity all season. Webber put himself in the picture to win in Miami and did just that. But Cott's still hunting that first victory. And I haven't seen him actually win a race in nearing a year, given that I could be wrong with that, but actually he won a few races towards the end of last season, but of course it took him until 10 rounds in Austria to nab his first victory of the season last time round. We're at round 9 now. So 2 retirees then. Could it be down to tyre temperature on Grumio's part? Potentially, or potentially on the AI's part. We'll never know for sure. So we'll wait then for the restart. Safety car in this lap. Very short safety car. We've now got 32 laps to go. And what should be a thrilling race from here on out. Can Cheika control the restart? That's the question. Into the last corner as he comes now. Caught right on his tail. Let's do it. Wait for a second and now he'll go for it. But didn't get away quite as much as he might have liked. On to lap 4. Green flag goes back out. We're back to racing. Landlord and the lone hass in this race to get right to work. So I'm looking at Flying Duck for 6th place. Oh, a slide there. Slightly lower on the exit. Lucky Landlord just back a little bit from that train. James back up to P12. Obsessed Gamer. Make a mistake there. No end plate damage in that car. Looks real okay. Managed to run a bit wide. Then Aaron in the pit lane re-emerges there in P15. Che has now got Cox company. And Pope behind them. Looking to make something happen. And of course on the next lap, VRS comes to play. 3 DRS zones in the circuit. One of them down the main straight. One of them going... Oh, it's a slight slide there from Cott going into the braking zone. One of them going down towards the second chicane. Sorry, rather the third chicane, sorry. And one on this very straight here going down towards the last chicane where the World Champions is waiting. Cott will lead the DRS, of course, to the inside of the racetrack, looking for the top spot. Can he nab it off of the Williams? Che backs out, and Cott moves into the lead. JB with a penalty. Che with a poor exit. Then goes Pope to the outside. That'll be the inside for turn 1 as we go lap 5. Cott leads. Che and Pope side by side. James the fastest lap. Duck up to P6. He's holding off Landor. Rooster into P8 now. James right on the bumper of Ericsson for 12. Looking to the inside into the chicane. Can he make it work? Can't quite do it. Had to stay in line for me. See lock up Smoke in front. Websy passing Pope now. Both Saubers on the podium for the first time this season. Can Pope getting back? DRS is in play for both cars. Pope's a lot closer. Won't go for his DRS. Websy bites the bullet. Uses a bit of his. Che banking on a lot on that DRS going into his favour to avoid Cott pulling away. Lock up from the Williams. See Pope there behind Websy. Williams getting back. JB keeping up this train here. He has got that penalty now to worry about. A circuit that can very much be a DRS train from lights to flag. That could be a problem unless strategy comes into play. Che right behind Cott, setting up perhaps for a run down the main straight, but a slide going in and a slam to the wall there. Means that Cott will maintain his lead. Cotney Goblin gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. He's down P11 at the minute. James made the move. James up in the points now. Of course, Lionel, we were looking over his shoulder at where that other RB is. It'll be crucial for Landlord's Championship and for Haas now that he brings him a solid haul of points. Yellow flag, and that is... I'm not sure how sure that is. Everyone looks all okay. So where's the amount of damage here? Sorry, is that Cott with damage? It is. Cott has had a big shot. I said it was Cott. He hit the yellow. And a big chunk of his front wing gone. Down to P5 now. Cott looked at the pace. I think judging by how he's really pushing against JB, he's going to try and carry on. Landor, big lock up there. Oh, close to tapping the back of the Sauber. Cott struggling even without the impending threat of Landlord and stuck behind him. The Haas practically shoving the Sauber down the straight. They could go 3 wide for position. They're going 3 wide. Something to give here. Cott backs out of it. Almost goes right into Rooster, but Cott into the pit lane now making that change. And Che may also damage. He's coming in too. Too early to change off those hard tyres. And yes, he's got damage as well. End plate loss on Che. So assuming there was contact between those two. This means now that Pope inherits the lead. Oh, and there goes both Rooster and Lucky Lambert off. Lucky Lambert, 10-second penalty for a collision. No damage on that McLaren. Down to P10 now. Rooster continues on. Pope looking to push that DRS range now. He's got all to himself in front, but Websy is just over a second behind. If he can keep himself in range going into the detection point, that could be fantastic for him. He was in range. He's used a lot of his battery to actually keep himself in position. JB into 3rd place now, and James in 6th. There's 2 places behind Landon, who's currently hunting the McLaren in front. Landon passing JB for 3rd place now, and he knows the chase is on because James is closing in massively. And those are points that Landon needs for the championship. Bruce with a penalty for multiple warnings. James, team games with Flying Duck, who lets him go. James the fastest lap as well. That's a bonus point for him. Landon against 5 points right now. Make that 4. He goes down to 17 points in the stands. Grimmy will lose ground. This will mean chances are Pope will sit P3 in the championship after this race. Rooster retiring. Rooster's out. Looks like he might have done the same thing. Oh, he had to do the same thing that Grumio did. Safety car was redeployed on lap 8. Well, well. And that same corner, I think it's what the World Champions need to look out for today. There have been scrapes there, but nothing major. It's that That first sector is a bit more deadly today than others. So Pope's lead will be brought in. Webley second, Lionel third. Could we see the medium tyre runners go for that first stop? Pope leads them on lap 9, and in comes JB making a change to hard tyres. Blue try to go to the end on those. It'll be tough, but you never know. Another safety car too could see the opportunity come into play. Courtney Goblin making the change onto mediums. Lucky Lambert looking for a wing change and mediums as well. Aaron gets posed back up now. So, in terms of how this one's gone so far, it's been nothing but chaos in these open 10 laps. We were plunged into a safety car from the get-go with Grimmer's retirement. PJ also calling it a day there. And now Brewster out as well, so unfortunate end to his debut, but showed the pace throughout the session, throughout qualifying and throughout these first few laps. But of course the error against Lucky Lambert has left me wanting to be desired there, but of course I hope to see him back reserving soon. I think he may have also fallen victim to whatever happened to Grimio. Being totally from Bruce himself, he got a large snap and got sent into the wall, so more or less proved, given what we saw him at the very end, it makes sense that he almost had the same fate as Grimio. But a good pace though, and a Q3 appearance too. Lucky Lambert gets penalty there for multiple warnings. 3 cars with penalties at this stage. JB, Lucky and Cockney as well. All of them for track limits. And then around to the last cars close up. We could get a restart this time, essentially if we can close in. It might be a late call from race control, but we'll see what they've got. Down closer than time we might do. It's very tough, very tight. But I think we're good for the minute to go without. Yep, safety car will stay out. So we get one more lap here under these safety car conditions. So we're back to racing once again on lap 12. And there we'll have 23 laps to go into the flag. 24 rather. Dan back in the pit lane here. Put on that set of mediums to give himself another lap worth of edge in terms of tyre wear. He's going back on the car. So now those tyres are a little bit less worn. So he's made 3 stops already in this Grand Prix. And I get a feeling, the one with the last one, I think we could potentially see one more from him by the time this one is through. There's your position change. So far the biggest gainer has been James, he's up 4 places, and the driver who's dropped the most has been Cott, who's down 12 now. But crucially, Cott has made that first pit stop. And as I said, as had James. But James is now a bit more up to date with everyone else, because he made the stop in the safety car on the first lap. going on this lap. Here we go. Pope will be waiting now for those. The moment the safety car peels in, and he'll be controlling the pace. So can Websy nab him on the restart? Will Lando behind be able to play a role? It's going to be a very tense restart. And Pope away. On to lap 12 here. He's had a very good start with Websy. Lando third still. James is in fourth. There goes Cott making a move on Test Gamer now. Back into P11. Lucky taking him 2. Down looks to go around the outside as well. And he does take him. Che, 10 seconds for ignoring yellow flag. Not quite sure what the yellow flag was in the circuit, so I reckon could get removed. We'll leave that to the stewards. But for now, they'll continue on. P9 for now. It'll be tough though, because you have to make another pit stop and now get served in the pits. Websy 3 seconds for ignoring for multiple warnings. So track limits there. And those penalties could be crucial coming into the race, because we saw in Imola a few weeks ago that the penalties really played into things. Pope shows the way by 7 tenths here, make that 6 tenths, make that 5, 4, and now 3. Websy closed that gap massively there. Got into P9 now, he's just planning to make the move on Red J in the Ferrari. Che next car in line. I feel like Che could give Cott some more problems here. Lando right now lying and waiting third place. We've got James right behind him. The two title protagonists right now. Now next to each other on track. But all 3 cars, Lando, James Websy, all bearing down on Pope. Has to deal with the pressure now of 3 of the best of the business in this season. Now gunning with him for the top spot. James to the outside of Landlord. Oh, contact going in. Slight tap between them. Who gets better traction? The exit is James gets the better drive off. But Landlord there with him still. James pulls in front. Websy closing on Pope. Well, he's trying to set up a move going down the main straight. Good get away from Pope there. He'll maintain his lead. He's gone to lap 14. Websy looking at it for a moment. Pope locks up a little bit. Che fastest lap. It'll be his bonus point for now. Cott right behind him. Ericsson P7 now. Ericsson doing a good job so far. But of course, he has to make his first stop of the race. Like those in the top 5 minus James. Websy looking to look, he seems to eye at that attack. Ericsson with the penalty now. Chase made the pass. Cott makes the pass too. But keep an eye on this train here. Lando looking to try and avoid falling away. James looking to try and close on Websy. Going to try to go from P16 all the way into the lead. Websy's the inside though. Like to have the lead off Pope. You will have the lead off Pope. But a bad exit for the Sauber. Pope pulls back to the outside. Here comes James. Going to the inside for second. Might try and go for the lead and get close enough. Won't go for it. Websy maintains top spot. James a bit deep there. And Pope back on the outside. It's very tight between them. On the exit, it's going to be Pope gets better traction. But James uses his overtake to pull clear of the Mercedes. And the battle will begin again. Websy this time down the lead. Che up to P6. Oh, flying back off onto the grass there. Very close to contact. Almost shut the door completely on the Williams. And there goes Cott trying to fight through. These 3 have to be difficult to hold each other up. Oh, around goes Cott. Saves it. But a big loss of time. I imagine the tyres will be lit up from that. Down to P10 now for Cott. Cott got him right there behind him. Pope wrestling with James and Landlord here as Websy continues to show the way. All three cars, or two of them on overtake. Pope is not, he's letting them pull away for a minute, but building his DRS back up. James to the inside, looking for the lead, he'll take the lead. Landlord almost takes Websy too. Close to contact, they do make contact, and Websy keeps it out the wall. But Landlord got the elbows out there, 20 laps to go, and there's still time for things to change here in Canada. Change to 5th place now. The more these guys fight them, the quicker he can close up to them. JB still holding strong in 6th. Flying Duck looking to take 6th away. Ericsson 8th. Lucky Lambert 9th, and Cott back to work into the move up. The trap pounding over a bit more here. We knew there was a bit of rain going into this race. Could it be coming now? Duck around, JB. Websy falling back here from the end of the train. Just game in the pit lane here. Intermediate's going on. Which I think is a surefire sign the rain is starting to come. Keep an eye on that halo here till we'll be able to see the sign. We'll be able to see when it starts falling on the car. Now a little closing. I have to hold off for a minute. Good exit from James. He'll maintain the lead. Can Landlord closing up on him? Not for the minute. Flying Duck around JB. Bad exit from JB. He's down 2 places down the main straight. Cott can make it 3 here as he goes towards turn 1. Around the outside goes to Salva. He'll retake 8th place and will start to get to work on Lucky Lambert now for P7. Ericsson could see an opening on the inside there. Won't try to do it. JB stays in P9 for the moment. The rain must be light to start with, but you can't see it at the minute. There it is. You see it in the sky. Ericsson dealing with a slide there. The first few drops starting to emerge, to my mind. And things change quick here in Canada. The rain is known for becoming particularly early. As the leaders continue to scrap up in front. Can Landlord get around James this time? Running on board with the RB now as the Haas closes in, pulls to the outside. And he will take the lead. Landlord leads for the first time today on lap number 17. Pope looking around. On the outside there at turn 1. James maintains the top spot. Websy still falling away a little bit, but he's got a good surplus of DRS saved. Keep an eye on that car. Pope looking to line up an attack here. We're nearing the halfway stage of the race. How much longer before the leaders coming for their first stops? Are they holding out for the wet weather perhaps? Trying to go as long as they can on these tyres and then push into perhaps even wets for the end. Lucky Lambert passes Flying Duck. Cott now is forcing back into P6. Che is closing on the leaders here. But not close to the minute because that DRS has got none of it at the minute. Pope closing now down the main straight, pulls to the outside of the racetrack. Into the braking zone. Can he get in front of James to the inside for turn 2? He's still on the inside. Very tight, close to contact between them. Could Landlord try and go 3 wide? Pope takes the lead away. Pope moves himself back in the top spot. Flying Duck gets a 3-second penalty there. He's up to his first one of the night. Show that 10 seconds still with that yellow flag instead. And the rain's starting to fall now. So how long do these guys stay out for? With 16 laps to go and these guys cross the line. DRS still in play for the minute, but I imagine we won't be seeing any moves to the lead down towards the main straight. But Lando closing on James, might be able to go for it. James closing in using DRS, no battery use at all. And Lando comes in. Lando 10-second penalty for speed in the pits. And that could be costly for him in this race for the top spot. James to the inside. Pope, all contact. Pope keeps it under control. James to the inside now. And on to intermediates, that rain falling quite fast now. And it's now obvious that the quicker he comes to pit lane, the better. The bottom 5 of the running cars now all on into safer Red J. 3 of the bottom 5. Sorry, 4. CJB sliding there. Testament to how quickly the rain can change how the car drives, especially on dry tyres. And that just shouldn't be too long before DRS gets disabled. It will come down to pace in the wet then across the last 15 laps of this race. Che closing that gap a bit, but not enough right now. Webster looking to move on, James won't go for it. And all 3 of them. Oh, there goes Pope around. And he's been decent. Oh, that's a tough place to be holding himself. And he's been reset to onto the track, and that could be again devastating for that team. James is away. Websy is not yet away. He's waiting. There he goes. And Landau re-emerges with the race lead by quite a margin here. In comparison to what he had, that train was continually close together. Pope will rejoin in 6th position. And I'm not sure if there was a slide, if there was contact from behind with James, or really not sure. But Pope's now left with a lot of work to do in this race to get himself back up into the podium. Cotton P9. Got the government holding the last point right behind him. No more DRS in play for now. I'd imagine this race is now here for the duration. Landau 1.4 seconds to the good now. He's gaining 7 points on James Bixelia. So that gap will go down to 14 points in the championship. But first, Landau needs to hold off the charging RB right behind him. See James closing that gap quickly here. That gap was 1.4 seconds, it's now down to 1.1. Che with a penalty. Che down in P12 here. Web's looking at the podium right now. Lucky Lambert in P4 as it stands, and that is true position. It's going to come down to who's got the pace in the wet to really finish this job. Obsessed game with 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there. So that gap opens up a little bit now. The air all spaced out for the minute. Duck closing on Lucky Lambert. Kopp making the move on Ericsson for P8. So Kopp continues to chase down the cars in front. Of course, he spin earlier, cost him a fair bit. Sliding through the last corner. Slight tap to the wall there, but JB, the next car in front. 1.3, 1.2 in front. James bringing that gap down to within a second. In front. Red J 3 seconds multiple warnings. Of course, Lionel has that 10-second penalty too. So James in a very good position unless he gets a penalty of his own. And Pope also no penalties. Pop doesn't have one either. James will get down to 6 cents now. Lionel Slides could see a race to a lead here. Down the main straight and back towards turn 1 onto lap 24 this race. James is right there behind Lionel. He won't go for the inside just yet. Can't go for his late dives in the wet. But look at him pressurising the Haas now, trying to force him into an error of some kind. Those two run nose to tail. Behind them, Websy 2.6 behind. Lucky a further 7 back, and it's Flying Duck right behind him. We're sort of fight for a 4th place finish here. Pope is closing on these two as well. As of right now, Lucky Lambert will be the first driver outside of Lionel's 10-second deficit. Che back in the top 10 now. He's just passed Copley Goblin. Che, Cotton, Pope are drivers that have all fallen away from the lead pack over the course of this race due to something or other going on. Only Landlord, James and Websy still together. Websy's dropping back, which is down to James and Landlord right now, the 2 championship leaders gunning for race victories. Landlord looking for win number 2. He took his last win in round 2, which was in Saudi Arabia 7 weeks ago. James' last win came in China. Didn't win Miami, didn't win Imola in the end, didn't win Monaco, and looking for the win here and kind of looking for win number 4 in the season to go with the 3 he claimed in succession in Australia, Japan, and as I say, China. You can see how loose the car gets, especially in the back end as he makes his way through. So these guys are on the very edge of control. Trying to find an opening of some kind of setup, because while James, of course, obviously can sit here right behind Landlord and come home with a win, given the penalty situation, in the event he gets one himself, and that could be more of a concern, as that opens up to the cars behind him. But if Landlord can hold up James for a bit longer, that could allow Webster to close the gap. He'll be fighting for his 2nd win of the season. James to the outside now. And Landlord gets back in front from the exit. Look at the rev count rise there as Webster makes his exit off the hairpin. James back to the outside now with a good run, battery in play as well. On the outside, Landlord falling away, and James retakes the lead. Train here. Lucky Lambert leads Duck and Pope. JB P7, he's got Cop for company right there behind him. The Sauber on the inside, yellow flag, and that is Websy around. Recovers it, but we'll have immediate company from behind as Lucky Lambert's train now sits there in position to try and take him on. Pope around the outside of Duck here. Oh, Remo's caught as well. Contact. Several cars colliding there. Ericsson and Che get with no damage there, but I was surprised if he caught us something. Look at the slide in there from the Sauber. And the 2 front row stars have their days fall apart for them as James from P16 looking to win this thing with 9 laps to go. With Websy having a 10-second penalty, and sorry, Websy 11 seconds back, and Lando with a 10-second penalty. James is under no threat right now. Doesn't need to push it, he can just coast home. It takes a safety car to re-keep this race up. And that'll bring many Pope into the picture. JB set to lose a number of spots. Shane making past Ericsson there at turn 1. Caught right behind. Now struggling for grip there. To get now 1.7 seconds. Down the field, let's have a look here and see in terms of the gaps. This train continues on. Websy now leading it, but Pope in position. He's around Lucky Lambert. Websy, at this point, will not be in closer to Landlord in order to get within that 10-second penalty, which means that Pope won't be either. And Pope gets a penalty himself now. And he is now sat there racing Websy for a place on the podium. He now has got 8 laps to get around the Sauber there. And they're both collectively need about 3 more seconds than before on Landlord to get themselves both on the podium. Started flying up off the circuit there. Keeps it under control but forced onto the grass. JB continues to hold off Che. Close to the wall, looking around, looking for some form of window to open. So he's trying to slide through, but look at how much McLaren slides. But wherever he does, the Williams slides too. Caught about 2 seconds back from them. Ericsson closing in the points right now. Cotton Goblin could be looking at points play in place too. He's within the 9 seconds of JB. At least in my mind he is. Che past him now. Yes, he is. Fastest lap belongs to Che right now with 11.2. JB looks fight back here and goes in. Yellow flag. That's Flying Duck. So that's not Flying Duck. That would be Obsessed Gamer letting several cars go. Flying Duck gets a penalty. JB gets a penalty too. Must go over the curb there. Che gets back in front. 6 laps to go. 7 laps to go, rather, sorry. Two and a half seconds to the gap now. Look at that, 15 positions gained from James. He's 6 laps away from taking win number 4 of the season. Red J on wet tyres, so he's made the change. I should imagine the conditions are bad enough now to confirm that that'll be the case for everyone. Websy still being hunted by Pope here. Both these guys now know what's on the line. If Pope feels he has the pace, he needs to get around Websy quick and then focus on trying to close in on Landlord. That time penalty he got a few laps ago does not help his case. Yellow flag, and that is once again this game allowing drivers through. First car lap down. Big slide there as he lets Lucky Lambert go. 3 seconds to gap. Pope dropping back big time here, 1.5 seconds down. He seems to struggle a lot more on those intermediate tyres. And Websy now trying to pull away, trying to guarantee the podium finish. Lucky Lambo in 5th. He's got 3 seconds, so he can try and fight for a P4 if he can get close enough. I hope that both cars from get a penalty. Daniel Aaron passing Courtney Goblin here. Those two side by side in the exit. Down towards the hairpin. We'll see who gets the edge here. Courtney looking to outbreak the Aston Martin. Down the inside, no contact. And gets that jump off. It's Courtney Goblin who gets the good driver slides. That brings Dan back in the picture and brings him alongside in front by a nose. Someone's got to keep going down towards the World Champion. It's Dan who gives. Allows Courtney back into P11 for the minute. Looking for a better run off the corner. He might get it as well. Dan overtake here. We're in the final 5 laps of this race. Those two fighting for P11. Yellow flag, sector 1. So it's going to now look to be lapped by almost the entire field here. So these guys will be fighting for, could be the last point potentially. JB and Cox will continue to duel for P8 on the track, but JB with those 12 seconds of penalties, I have no doubt will lose out on the points today. And it will go to either Courtney or Dan. Cox gets back in front. Frustrating day for the Sauber team, I think. Given that they were on a double podium earlier on, the race unfolded in a way that didn't benefit them. And James is the one driver left who hasn't got a penalty today. He's less than 4 laps away from winning for the 4th time this season. Control one offer here. We've been saying it for the majority of the season that James has quickly evolved to be perhaps the favourite in the championship chase. He's got the most wins of anyone this season. Really the only driver to nab several wins so far. Let's get that. Only him and Grimio have nabbed more than one. Grimio of last week's win in Monaco. But James is looking for win number 4 on the season. Landlord in second. That rain looks to get a bit harder here, but not. It's too late in the day to be thinking about wet tyres at all. Lucky defending from Flying Duck still. And Che right behind 2. Duck should finish, I imagine, in P7 or P8. Down the straight again. Che with a good exit, looking to try and take the RB into turn 1. He will do that. Che will be racing Lucky Lamp for P5 now. Can the Williams driver come back to that? Caught by himself in P8. Che behind him. Conor Goblin and Dan still fighting for that last point. Dan down the inside. The Aston Martin reclaims the place. James starting to catch Red J now. Blue flag as Red J lets James go. I think once all the excitement sort of died down when the rain came, that's more or less been the end of the matter there in terms of the race win. So keeping his head for James now, so it's 2 laps away from victory. Yellow flag again out of Red J letting Landon go. Webb's still holding that podium place. Pope looks to try and close in. He is closing in a little bit. That gap down, it's almost within a second now. Can he do it? He said to us he's finished 1st and 2nd in the last 2 weeks, now looking for 3rd. He slides through, but he doesn't want to break to try and get a 3rd podium of the season. Oh, and off he goes! Pope out with a lap and a half to go. Webbsy secure on the podium. And a late bit of drama as Pope goes out. Come on, 4th retiree of this race. Websy can't catch Pope today in the championship, but he's going to put himself mighty close with what has been a stroke of luck for Sauber there. Mercedes will go down as a no score today. 1 lap to go for James. 1 lap from his 4th win of the season. 4th win from 9 races. A spectacular showing in what is his first full season of RDL competition. He was here for about just around 2/3 of last season, so plenty of experience going in. I imagine there's frustration from the Mercedes camp today. A race ban and a DNF. I think I want to pack up and get out of Canada as soon as they can, get to Spain. Swapping the rain for sun. As James enters, going looking to enter the last sector here. He's 5 seconds in front of Landlord. Websy looking at 2nd place potentially, but it's unlikely. Unless Landlord gets a late penalty here. But it looks as though he's set in 2nd. Websy will finish 3rd, but no one is stopping James, who not only came from 16th on the grid from that qualifying ban himself, but also came from the back of the field and is the only driver to not take a penalty today. It'll take a commanding 4th win of the season. James crosses the line and wins in Canada. Landau will run to the line in 2nd position, will hold on for Haas, but loses points in the championship by 7. The gap goes back up to 28 points. Websy will finish 3rd in the end. Good day for Sauber, at least on his side of the garage. Chain will finish in 4th. Something over the line, finishing the job in 4th place. Lucky Lambert will narrowly beat Flying Duck to the line on track. Cott takes P7 in the end. JB 8th, across the line in 8th place. Ericsson will finish in 8th place. JB will take 9th there. Dan over the line. Oh, gets there over the line in 10th. Connie Goblin takes it. Dan, late penalty, drops to P11. Connie Goblin nabs 2 points for Ferrari. Good day for the Scuderia today. Dan P11, Red JP 12, and Seske will be the last one through to the line in 13th. But James wins. 4th time this season. And RB continue to show their strength. The word attrition comes to mind for me personally. JB tell me the word endurance comes to mind for him. We could still get a word there. I imagine we might not see Pope give him the late retirement, but wow, what an end to the race. It was definitely enjoyable. Things got a bit slow towards the end, but still a fun race nonetheless. Of course, we had John from the get-go. Grimio out the race. Rooster out the race at the same corner. Pope crashing with a lap and a half left to go. And James takes home the win, having to fight more or less from last to first. And reaffirms his lead in the Drivers' Championship. I should that we get a brief look at the result, so we'll move away from that then, and we'll go over now to post interviews with the field. And we'll see if we get anyone in here. Let me know your thoughts down in the chat below. For it was a no doubt fantastic Grand Prix. Very entertaining from lights to flag. And we have our race winner emerging already. James, well, you're back on top, mate. It took a few weeks, but win number 4. Congratulations. James, can you hear me, mate? Oh, there we go.
Oh, hello?
There we go, right. Well, James, well done, mate. Win number 4 on the season. That puts you back in front to 28 points in the standings. It was a crazy race, mate. Talk me through it.
Yep, thank you.
I mean, you came from 16th on the grid.
Yeah, obviously starting last wasn't easy. Like, I just... Yeah. I think it was, yeah. Well, it wasn't exactly last, I suppose, but... I mean, just... Obviously, it was just try to get through cleanly enough. You know, and try not to get damaged, but I did get damaged in that one, which made me pit. But just, honestly, just try to find best overtaking locations, just one after the other. And I think that second safety car, a lot of people pitted into it, so I gained a lot of positions from that. But yeah, it was a great race for me, I think.
Do you think the safety cars definitely played into your hands a fair bit today? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely, yeah, 100%.
Of course, when the rain came down, you were the one driver to not get a penalty in the entire field. So congratulations on that. Was there a risk of a penalty at all? What we want in terms of warnings?
Yeah, it was risky at all risk. You know, I had 2 warnings, I think, quite earlier on, so I had to just not get another warning for the entire race, basically. The entire enters that part of the race was very difficult, also. To not spin out and get a penalty.
Fair enough. Of course, you managed to hold on. That brings your lead back up to 28, as I say. Is the championship back on now, do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I can basically miss a race and still be in the lead, so it's definitely on. Never wasn't on.
And what we think of Spain next week? Because of course that was, now I can say that's where you made your debut. I'm correct there now, so I can say that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy with Spain, so I've already done a bit of work on it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I can convert this win to another one next week.
I have to wait and see. Well, congratulations. I'll say enjoy the week, enjoy this race win, and yeah, perhaps we could see you back on top next week in Spain too.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, we'll come now to Pope, who joined us for Wednesday. Pope, commiserations, mate. I mean, the pace was fantastic. You led a decent chunk of the race. I feel like it's pretty. I think the final moment was what happened. What happened going into the pit lane, Pope? I have to know that. I've got to know.
What knows? Absolutely no idea. Very, very confused. A lot of poo shot out going into pit lane. Kind of ruined my race, unfortunately. I think I probably could have won. Maybe. But you know, sometimes you have to just let other people win for once. So I thought, lock up the tyres or whatever the fuck happened. Let them have it. And then I was just having fun until a wall wanted to say hello to it.
What happened there? You saw cook the tyres in the exit? What went on?
No, it's just that corners atrocious on this game. I mean, you saw about 7 of us struggle with it. It's just kind of looking a draw, and unfortunately, I drew a bad number.
Well, that is a rarity on your. Oh, I don't see. Yeah. Bear with us just a second, mate. Of course, like I say, I mean, you were leading the majority of that first stint. So you did feel the win was on today, yeah?
Oh yeah, but you know, game's a game. I did 10 laps of practice. And then like 5 in the practice session, so I mean that probably comes down to it in a way. But I'm here showing pace, even though I was sat next to you in the commentary booth last year. So I think I'm doing all right for myself still.
Not doing too bad at all, mate. Not doing too bad at all. Of course, now after that you're going to have Websy here breathing down your neck. So is the aim to try and outscore him in Spain?
Obviously, but I think we can go and win in Spain. I think pretty confident. Obviously, it'd be nice to actually have a second gunner in Imrie coming back, which would be quite nice after saving that race ban. So yeah, I think that will probably help kind of settle down a little bit myself, because knowing I've got a teammate there. But like I say, this was my run of tracks. I think all the way up to Hungary is a good run of tracks for me, so I think I could probably win there again.
You said
like I did in Imola.
You said that the other week. You said you get a good run of tracks, and you're still part of that first run, aren't you? We're still doing that first run.
Well, yeah, no, it literally goes Imola, Monaco, Canada, Spain, Austria, Britain, Hungary, even Belgium. I mean, I've won Belgium here before, so I'd probably say this part is the tracks I'm best at. And then, luckily, I'm not here for Netherlands, and then it kind of dies off towards the end of the season. However, I just want to focus on next week, which is Spain, and I'm looking forward to it.
We'll have to wait and see. Well, we'll move on now to Webbsy, of course, came up in third in the end. Webbsy, I'm sure you must have breathed a bit of a sigh of relief when you saw Pope off in the wall there.
No, not really. To be fair, it's such a shame when I saw him go off. But I think he had the pace there, but then on certain corners he was just struggling to get out of the corner. So I think there was certain parts of the track where Pope was faster, and there was other parts of the track where I was faster. Obviously, when I was behind the top two, I spun the entire car. Didn't do any damage, lucky enough, but then I kind of fell back 6 or 7 seconds, which obviously put me in the grasps of Mr. Pope there. But, I honestly think I actually had it. I think on the last 2 laps, 1 to 2 laps, did you get down to about 0.7 seconds, Pope, something like that. But yeah, I think I would have had it. It's a shame that he got the penalty as well. In a way, obviously that kind of put him backwards from me as well. But it was great. I enjoyed the racing.
Fantastic stuff. I mean, of course, you ran the leaders all day long for the most part, especially during that first stint. It was a good race up there. I think you have to agree with me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it was all on pace as such. I got squeezed on the Wall of Champions, and they knocked me back a couple of places. But again, lucky enough, I didn't actually get any damage. But yeah, the pace, all the pace was there. Then obviously the rain comes out, and then anything can happen on the rain with the rain, and obviously it did. So the safety car, obviously, I think at one point we were something like, I don't know, 10 seconds ahead or something like that, and then obviously the safety car come out and brought everyone back again. But listen, to get a podium, especially in the rain as well, with kind of funny setups, because we was all really not sure, because the game's that crap at telling us if there really is rain or there isn't rain. It's not very good actually doing that. So yeah, I was kind of over the moon with a third.
Fair enough. And in terms of Spain next week, how do you see that going? Do you reckon it'll be another solid race day, got a good pace?
Yeah, I'm the same as Pope on this game. I didn't have enough time. I only had kind of 35 minutes beforehand to practice, and then obviously on the quali. So I was a little bit under prepped. It was my birthday today. Can you believe?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! What is it? 50?
Thank you. 59.
Jeez.
Oh my lord!
God, I know, yeah.
You're the oldest ever feature on the Zach Rossi channel. Enjoy that. That's a record
yeah,
we're broken.
Yeah. God, yeah. But obviously something's still all right. So I'll keep on racing till my arthritis gets worse and my tablets go up even more. You know what I mean? No, I'm not on tablets. I'm all right. But yeah, that was a great race. I mean, to say that it was a tough one as well. And Spain, sorry, yeah, I like Spain. Again, it's just one of them tracks. We're all good at Spain, but we can just all make them little mistakes, and that's one thing about this league. If you make a mistake, you'll pay for it.
Something always good to think about when you're racing in RDL. Well, congratulations on the podium, and again on happy birthday to you. How long are we gonna go before letting that slip?
Well, what?
How long we gonna go before letting that slip?
I don't know. Wasn't I really? I was late because I had a bit of an opening presses and things. So yeah. But no, absolutely great day, and yeah, it was a great race. So unlucky Pope, mate. I am actually quite sad that you actually came, even though you squeezed on the first corner. I wasn't happy as well, really.
Aww, is that nice?
I gave you through. So, but yeah, hey, GG everyone, that's brilliant, and thanks again for the stream. It's absolutely brilliant stream.
Much appreciated that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you get to go back and watch it later.
Yeah, I've already listened to it, so I'm happy days.
Fair enough. Okay, right, I'm going to move on then. I'll move on to Obsessed Gamer, who came across the line P14, I believe. Right, Obsessed, you have to confirm that for me?
You what?
Wait, you came P14 in the race now?
Yep.
Okay, I did think so. It's been about 10 minutes, my mind's starting to go. But yeah, of course, they dealt with the rain. Of course, on a circuit, it's quite difficult there, so props to you for making the flag. Bit more experience for today?
Yeah, it was I was a little thankful for the rain because it gave me more time to practice my braking and stuff. I haven't done a ton of wet races. I've just been focusing on actually like not rear-ending people on corners and stuff and braking soon enough. So being able to kind of practice my braking at the back of the pack and not have to worry about hitting anybody else, that was kind of nice.
Always a benefit there. I mean, of course, the safety cars came into play. Did you have any trouble on the restarts at all, or was that okay?
No, I almost got driven into, but I just turned out of the way. No, safety cars were a little worrying because not great around a ton of people. Getting better though. Che was a little scary, but no.
I'll let him know you said that. And then in terms of next week, you're out for Spain. What are we thinking there?
I don't know. I might have a golf tournament that day, and
Ah,
I'd be on all day.
fair enough.
So
So
Yeah.
I just have to see when we next see you again, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, good fun, all the same. And obviously, thanks for coming along. Of course, well done for making the flag. You're getting better and better each week, mate. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Monaco was a little disappointing. I think I DNF'd on like 5 or 7 laps left. So
Monaco, I wouldn't feel too bad about. To be fair, Pope's done that a fair few times in the past, but he's won a few times as well, so that's what makes
What's
him remember.
this?
Oh,
Why am I getting strays here?
because you crashed the lap and a half to go, you Davis.
Don't even remember what happened from this race.
That's sick of
Left of mind.
Anyway, right, we'll move on now to the last of our interviews. Red J, who thank you for your patience for waiting this long, mate. Just missed out on the point at the end, but still a good pace, especially compared to Cotney, who you out-qualified, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, well, just before that, it's interesting because I think Websy has shown that he's probably a lot more committed to RDL than myself, because it also happens to be my birthday last Monday, and I basically made a decision not to race because I was too busy stuffing my face full of cake. So maybe the commitment is not quite there, the same. But
No,
but yeah, it was.
you're not as old as me, mate. The weight goes on a lot faster.
Yeah, so yeah, it was nice to be back after a couple of races. I love Canada. It was great. I think it's a really nice track. A little bit difficult on the curbs though at times, and obviously I didn't really want it to rain, to be honest. I preferred to kind of go around there in the dry because I haven't had a lot of time to practice, so I'd only done dry running in like the time trials and stuff. I suppose maybe you should always consider doing some practice for whenever the rain may come, but yeah, it wasn't really a great race. What I will say, if we go back to the practice session, I know obviously they're not on stream or anything, but yeah, in practice, instantly just knew I didn't really have a great setup, and that kind of continued on into qualifying. Yeah, I got through, but I think it was because a couple of people had quali bans, and I know JB struggled really on in the quali, but ultimately got through, which was good. And I went out, I don't know if you noticed, I went out on the mediums.
You did, yes, I did notice that.
I did. At the start of the second session, I thought I'd take the risk. I've got nothing to lose because I knew realistically if I just went out on the inters against everyone else going out pretty much the same time, I wasn't going to beat them, so I thought it was probably worth taking the gamble. Didn't pay off. The brain probably needed to kind of not come as strong as what it did for me, but like another 2 or 3 minutes, and then who knows, I might have had a chance. So I think I was the only one that might have gone out on the but I'm not entirely too sure. And then the race itself, yeah, the first lap there was a bit of an incident which I think you would have caught on stream. Yeah, I think it might have been Rooster, or I don't know if there was another Red Bull car who got caught up in an instance, and then because of that I reacted early, and then Game and James hit into the back of me. So it was just kind of like a bit of an ongoing effect really, which was a bit of a shame, but I didn't really expect to get anything really from this race, and that's how it kind of panned out. So it was quite a boring race, but I actually got a points finish because there was a couple of reserves who finished ahead of me.
True.
JP
That
said
is
after the
true.
race that I scored a point, so my second points finish of the season. It doesn't feel quite as good as the one in Bahrain because that was P9 actually on the track itself. This one wasn't like that, but you take what you get. And then once again, Cottony, great finish by him. I had the better of him just about in quali, but he did better in the race. So 2 good finishes by him, 2 good finishes by the team. We're really fighting at the moment with Aston Martin at the moment. I think they're our main rivals, and we're going to beat them in the end of the season.
Websy, are you sure that you and Reggie aren't related? Because you guys are
I
so
know.
good at giving me the long answers.
I know.
Reggie,
I know. I was
like the
thinking
long
that.
it's fantastic.
I've started knitting here.
Reggie, I mean, you've answered almost all my questions there, except for one, and that is what we think about Spain next week.
What do I think about Spain next week? Was that the question?
Indeed it was, yes.
Boring, really. I don't track, to be honest. Though it's better now because it doesn't have that stupid chicane at the end. It's got like the old school final bends like it did back in the 90s and the noughties and stuff. So that's obviously made it a little bit better when they brought that back in a couple of years ago. But yeah, I'll have to practice on it and we'll just see what we can. I can't even remember if I raced there last year. I think I must have. Yeah, I mean, hopefully if we can score points again as a team, that'd be great. But it's not one of my favourite tracks. It's just a little bit boring, I think, to be honest. Doesn't have the best flow. Although having said that, the first sector is actually pretty fun. I do like the first sector.
Gotcha. Well, that'll do it for the interviews. Before we cut things off, though, I'm going to open this up to the floor since there's a few over here. Word of the race. If anyone can give me a good word, that'll be the word for the race. There's something relating to the Grand Prix, of course. Pope knows all about this. I've hopefully said that. I'll take anything.
Endurance. Oh, stricken.
Stricken.
I like stricken. That's way better.
Can we all agree on stricken?
Yeah, go with Stricken.
Alright, so that is the word of the race. Everyone here down in the chat, make sure to type the word stricken, or if you're watching this after the stream, type the word stricken in the comments. Let us know what you think of Pope crashing that on half left.
Oh, mate.
Pope, no one does these. You're fine.
I'm not going back into this conversation.
Remember the best. He's locking the door and he's changing the keys. That's it. He's finished. And we're finished for tonight as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that stream. Make sure to subscribe for more future audio content. Until next week in Spain, I've been Zach RC. Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.